Hello, welcome to this HBC Kids Talk. My name is Heather and it's great to be here with you this morning. So this week we are starting a brand new series called Rules for Life. And this week we are thinking about the biggest rules of all. So what are they? Well, they're very simple. Love God and love others. Now, before we think a little bit more about those, I have a 60-second challenge for you all to do at home. So, I want you to find, if you can, in your kitchen, a potato or an onion each, or another similar kind of shaped vegetable, and see if you can roll it across the floor from one end to the other with only your nose. Are you ready? Are you steady? Go! How did you get on? That was a little bit of a silly game, wasn't it? With some really silly rules. But over the next few weeks, we are going to be thinking a lot about rules. Rules that help us to live well. Why do we have rules? Are they a good thing? Well, let's think about this with a football game. Imagine that you are playing a game of football in your PE class at school, and your teacher says, "Today there are no rules." Awesome, you think. I can do whatever I like, no one telling me what to do. Brilliant. And so, the game begins, and you win the ball, and you're making a great run towards the other goal, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a kid from the other team comes in and slides into you. "Foul!" You cry. "He slide tackled me." "No rules," shouts back the teacher. "Wait, that's not fair," you think, but you play on. Now the kid with the ball starts to wander over the sideline, but he keeps on going with the ball. "It's off, the ball went off," you cry. "No rules," repeats the teacher. You are really getting mad now. But what happened next is just the final straw. The player from the other team pushes over one of your teammates and then goes on to score a goal. You are fuming. The teacher blows the whistle and gathers you all in. He asks how you all felt about the game with no rules. "It was terrible," you reply. "It was so unfair." The teacher explains that he allowed you to play this game without the rules for a few minutes so that you could see just how important the rules are. The rules help us to know what's okay and what's not. They help us to stay safe and to enjoy doing what we're doing. And Jesus said that rules are important too. When Jesus' friends asked him what the most important rules for life are, this is what he said in Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 to 39. "Love the Lord your God with all of your heart and your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbour as yourself, just as much as you love yourself." So why did Jesus say these two rules, loving God and loving others, were so important? Do you remember our football game? The teacher showed the children how important the rules are in order to help them to know what's okay and what's not okay, and how to stay safe and enjoy the game. And God's rules for life are just the same. Let's think about it for a moment. Loving God means putting Him first by letting Him set the rules for how we live and trying to let everyone else see how great God is. Living like that is good for us and brings us joy because that's how God made us, to glorify Him and to enjoy Him. And loving others means helping them and doing what's good. It's like going out of your way to help another child at school. When we do that, we can see what a difference it makes to them. That's loving others, and not only does it help the other person, but it helps us too, because loving other people is good for us, and ultimately it's what God created us to be like. God gives us rules for life to help us live well, because they're good for us. So remember those 2 big rules this week. Love God and love others. And tune in next week as we look at another one of these rules.